Is your business a passion project? What if you could grow your business through creating lots of passion projects? You might even be asking yourself, what the heck is a passion project? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today on today's episode of Joyful Business TV. So welcome. I am so glad you are here today. I am Laura West and the CEO of the Center for Joyful Business and an international business success coach for over 20 years. I'm also an author, a speaker, and of course, the host of this show. So I am super glad that you are here, that you found this show. My intention with this show is that it is going to be this wonderful oasis that you can come to for a sanity check about business, to inspire your creativity, for your passion. It's also, my intention is that it'll be a huge relief, right? And permission in a world where we have lots of shoulds, lots of musts, lots of things that are about hustle and grinding and doing things in a way that's not natural to who we are as women. So we're going to let go of those soul crushing standards, and we're going to talk about real women and how do we use our beautiful, wonderful feminine qualities of creativity and passion and flow and connectedness, along with those wonderful masculine qualities of focus and productivity and getting things done. All right, not to mention, while we're doing that, we're going to focus on raising your vibration to this higher level of joy and passion so that we can use those qualities to expand our business. All right, so let's talk about how to grow your business through passion projects. Let me just checking in. If you are here today, first of all, I want to say if you're here today on the live call, then just know that I'll be talking for about 30 minutes, and then we'll have 30 minutes for conversation, connection. So make sure you stay on, and we'll be able to have some one-to-one conversations, and I'll answer any of your questions. So passion projects. Passion projects are not the regular stuff on your to-do list. All right, passion projects are those creative ideas that you have elevated to what I call big yes ideas, right? These are the ideas that are really going to make a difference. They're going to make a difference to you, to your business, to your clients, and even to your larger soul tribe community. Passion projects, they're like vehicles that are going to help you express your voice and your creativity. So I have grown my business into a multi six-figure business for the past 20 plus years with all sorts of passion projects. So early on, I created the Joyful Business Guide, which was my first, I would say my first really big passion project. And it was my creative approach to business planning that later has evolved into what a lot of people now know is the Joyful Business Plan. And today, thousands of people all around the world, which I'm really excited to say, use the creative tools in the Joyful Business Plan to plan and focus and grow their work in a way that is creative and fun and supports their business all throughout the year. I kept following my passion and created things like the Business Goddess's Guide to Powerful and Easy Sales Pages, because I was passionate about that. And I saw some pain and suffering from my clients, which we'll talk about it in a moment. And I knew that I had a solution. I had a unique approach that could help them and would transform their business. I use that in things like the Take Back Your Financial Power audio series. I've contributed to collaborative books, written numerous ebooks, including one that I currently have for offer on my website at joyfulbusiness.com. But you can get my current passion project, the Daily Flow Rituals ebook, which has over 90 different ways to start your day, end your day, things you can do throughout your day to help you align your energy, your creativity, get centered, calm, and focused. So you can get that on my website, like I said, over at joyfulbusiness.com. So passion projects have been a way that I hold the focus on a particular creative project and turn them into services, offerings, as well as marketing opportunities. So I've done that through retreats, workshops, summits. I have a membership community. All of this has been created through passion projects. This TV show is a passion project. So you hopefully you're kind of getting the idea of this. And so my invitation to you is that you're going to take your ideas, I know you've got lots of them bubbling up, and you're going to pick which one feels like it is the most, has the most energy for you, and then start thinking about how you can turn it into a passion project. And remember, a passion project is something that you're really excited about, that you feel like is a vehicle where you can share your voice, your message, your greater truth, your love and your passion for your people, your peeps, your soul tribe, where you can express your creativity in your unique way. And most of all, it's also going to help transform some part of your client's life or business. Every day, each one of us experiences the world's suffering in some unique way. Each of us have sort of like this radar, and there's all sorts of things that go on in the world, but we have our own radar that zeroes in on one particular type of pain and suffering, whether it's something in a business, or maybe it's with their health, or whatever it is that's your unique medicine to give, right? But that's the thing, is you have this unique medicine to give. So we want to create passion projects around that medicine so that you can help start waking up the world and providing your solutions to help make the world a better place and create a really big ripple all around the world. All right, so let me share with you some ideas of a passion project. All right, these are some ideas from some of my clients over the years. So one of the first ones I want to tell you about is I had a client, her name was Darcy, and she was the president of the local ICF chapter. And she had a passion around people at work and corporate being able to use their strengths and their expertise and really claim their superpowers. And so it was all about claiming their superpowers at work. And this was years ago, before anybody was talking about superpowers. So she ended up writing a book called Red Cape Revolution. And it was all about identifying, discovering, claiming your superpowers at work. One of my clients, Ken, he has a huge passion for helping the men in this world, like reclaim their creativity, reclaim a more healthful version of what it is to be a man and their masculinity. And so he developed a podcast to be able to get the world out, to get the message out to the world. And his podcast is called Modern Mojo for Men. And he interviews some really cool creative men who are doing lots of passion projects, actually. And so we love that. I have clients who are creating art shows that have been created from the themes of their passion and their pain, so they can release their creativity in the world and help wake up others. Clients have created signature coaching programs, retreats, coffee table books, regular books, and card decks, lots of card decks. So you can see that your passion project, it could be a product or a service, but it can also be like a marketing idea. So one example of this is one of my clients, Gail, who last year, we developed her signature work around passionate leadership. And that is a theme that she has carried throughout her life. She is the perfect person to be able to move forward with this work. And so she took a month last year, and every day for 30 days, she featured a different passionate leader in her life on social media. And she featured them and told a little bit about their story, shared their story and why they are a passionate leader, what qualities they demonstrate as a passionate leader, because we developed her 6 pillars of a passionate leader. And I was really honored to be on that list of passionate leaders, as a matter of fact. So a passion project it really is, it's a container for magic to happen, right? You're really elevating your list of, here's all these great ideas, to really claiming a project where you create this container, you feed this creative project, and magic does happen. You put in energy, intention, you take actions. Lots of times they're baby steps, brave baby steps. You talk about it, you start getting brave and start talking about it. You script about it, visualize. That's what I have all my clients do. You really call on the qualities that you want to experience in your passion project. And then again, you've got to take those brave baby steps every day. One of the things that I love that when you do this with a project, when you really create it as this passion project, it leads to amazing synchronicities and God winks. One example is a client that I worked with, and she was over in the UK, and she had left corporate and started her own business, started her own coaching business. And she ended up using her passion and her path for helping other women who were wanting to create a business, who are in corporate, wanting to create a business, wanting to go out on their own. And she called it Corporate Crossovers. And eventually it became a book. But it was really her movement, right? She was really passionate about helping women in corporate who were ready to break free and put out their creative expression and transformational work to help others. So here's where the synchronicities came in, is that she had claimed this as her movement. She started doing a video series. And I think she was maybe on video 3. I mean, she hadn't even done a lot, right? She hadn't created a lot. But the BBC found her. And, when you're in the UK, the BBC is, that's it. And she was asked to come in, and she was featured on BBC Women, the BBC Women channel, which went to like over 9 million people. And I remember her being, the picture she sent me, she was outside the BBC studios, they're building. And she's like, oh my gosh, I just broadcasted to over 9 million women, which was larger than her home country of New Zealand. So it was definitely a pinnacle moment for her. And it was because she dared to step into this passion project. All right. So the thing with passion projects, they don't always look like, okay, I do A, and then I'm going to get to Z because I went to A, B, C, D, and you did all the steps. Passion projects have this, all projects really, but passion projects have this energy. When you get into your creativity, it's like you start at A, you start heading towards B, D pops out, G comes in over here. There's, you that you haven't even expected that might come quicker, but you're going to end up doing a bit of I don't want to say a spiral. It's more like a free flow. It's not a direct path. All right. You're not going to go from A to Z in this direct path. But what happens is there's some things that you can watch for that help make the path more gentle, does make the path more clear. You can get there faster, and the synchronicities and the opportunities and the clients and the money and visibility and all those things can come to you when you really take your projects and really create them as a passion project. All right, so let me share with you some things that I have noticed about entrepreneurs, especially creative entrepreneurs over the years. There's 5 common areas, 5 common things that get in the way of you creating and getting your passion projects out into the world. All right, so the very first one is, and this is usually why people come to me initially, is they're not owning their passions and their creativity, their personal brand essence. They get caught in, they might do it for a little bit, and then they get caught in, oh, I need to be more cookie cutter. I need to be like everybody else. I need to do it like she's doing it, right? Because she rose to fame and stardom overnight, which is probably not true, by the way. You never know the backstory. So you really need to spend some time taking a look at your own unique experiences, perspectives, your talents, your strengths, your passions, what I call your treasures from your pains, the challenges that you've gone through that you have now received these gifts, from going through those challenges. Those are things that you can help others with. And it also gives you your unique perspective that is going to make you stand out. This way that your unique, beautiful brilliance comes together into this sweet joy spot is where your amazingness is, right? It's where your magnetism is. It's where what's going to have you stand out, that there really isn't even any competition. And I do believe that, because nobody does things exactly the way you do. And the more that you own that, the more other things will just fall away that you are worried about. All right. And the thing is that owning your beautiful brilliance is how you're going to cut through all the technology, all the email, all the clutter, all the, literally tens of thousands of messages, 65,000 plus messages we get a day. And the fact that more people have jumped online, right? More people are online. So if you want to cut through, this becomes imperative that you actually start owning your beautiful brilliance and really allow your own unique creativity and voice to come through. All right, because that is what is going to have people say, oh, wow, listen to that. I haven't heard somebody talk about it in that way. I haven't heard somebody show it in that way. I got to pay attention. I got to sign up. I got to go binge watch her TV show or her podcast, right? I'm going to go to her class, buy her product. I'm going to refer her. I want to work with her. That's what happens. It starts, one step starts leading to the next step when you're really putting your creativity, your voice, your passion out there. So the next thing that gets in the way is, I hear this from a lot of my clients, they have so many creative ideas that they just don't know what to do, right? It's like, which ones do they commit to? So creativity, it is such a gift, and it can also be a curse, right? Because you get so many creative ideas that it can be hard to decide. And so what happens is they're in this constant state of kind of limbo, like, do I take a step here? No, wait a minute, over there, but that one looks good. So let me give you a little bit of relief, okay, my creative friends, right? Is that not all great ideas are meant to be done. Not all creative, great ideas are meant to be done. If you can really embrace this, this will free you. And it might seem contrary, but you're like, well, wait, I'm trying to get momentum. I'm trying to get going. You will, but you're going to have, it's some projects are meant to be stepping stones to other projects. So you want to always have built-in reflection time where you're really listening to what's going on in your soul tribe, listening to what's going on with your own soul, and really get in alignment with that. And then as you do, you're going to get information about your projects. And you might find that you work on a project for a little bit, and then that project is a stepping stone to the next great idea. So, but you don't know it until you start taking action. So you do have to take action. And people get all worried, like, which one is the right one? Which one is the right one for my passion project? I can tell you that if you just listen to your energy, pay attention, trust, start taking a step, it will start leading you in the right direction. We were talking about that curvy path. It will start leading you in the right direction of the work that you're meant to do, but you have to start taking action. All right, number 3, things that get in the way from turning your ideas into passion projects. It's what I call joy fear. Joy fear can really hold you hostage. All right, you've got the joy, the full of excitement, the possibility, that's happening, you're really inspired in 1 minute, and then the next minute you feel frozen in doubt and fear. And this happens a lot, right? Because you're stepping out and you're putting your heart out there, right? And it's vulnerable, and it takes you really building up your courage muscle to be able to do that. So this is where you really need to have, you can't do this alone, right? You really need to have a coach, to have a supportive community, because if you're just doing to-do lists and projects and trying to get regular work out there, you can do it. But when your business is a passion project and you are leading with passion projects, you've got to have a community that understands that you are doing work that, when you're doing this work that brings out your voice and your creativity, it is vulnerable, right? It is very vulnerable. And you need to have people who can help be your support system. And I want to say protect you, but you really can't. I'm not sure that you can get protected. It's really more about dropping your defenses, putting this creative work, putting your voice out into the world so that you can help others who are struggling with something that you know something about, that you could help them, right? So the idea is that you don't want to be struggling alone. Or some days I know you can wake up feeling like you're crazy. Like, is this idea crazy that I'm thinking about something in such a different way? And you need to be among other crazies, other crazies who are like embracing their weird, embracing their unique brand essence, their unique voice, their unique message. And so you need to be able to do that in community, or at least be with a coach who really gets that, who can support you in putting this work out into the world so that you can help create that amazing transformation. The fourth thing that gets in the way is that you keep falling back on traditional ways of doing projects. All right. A passion project is really different. But those traditional ways of doing a project is, you look for, what is the competition doing? I should do it like them. That you need to wrestle this thing into being and focus like crazy 24/7, hustle and grind, nose to the grindstone. That you need to do this through extreme willpower. And that you don't want to show that you have too much fun because you're a serious, business owner, right? And you're really letting the left side of your brain run the show all the time with the logic, the practicality, right? What I have learned in over 20 years of my business is that it just doesn't work for most of us. That we have to break out of those binds of professionalism and showing up with the corporate identity standards, or worried about what everybody else is doing. It doesn't work. That we need this rich combination where we can honor the left side of our brain, the right side of our brain, and really have this whole brain approach. Okay. So the right side of your brain, if you recall, is where your creativity, your flow, your synchronicity, trust, allowing, the intuitive side really comes into play. And then we so need the left part of our brain, of course. Sounds kind of silly to even say that. But the left side is responsible for the practical, the flow, the plans, the action, the structure, the commitment, the get it doneness, right? And so we want to bring that together so that you can lean into and just go back and forth into, I need some creative time now. I need to get some structure and systems in place to get that creativity out into the world. And you lean into both sides and really honor both sides. Everybody has a strength in one way or another. And what I find is that a lot of left brainers will come to me because they want to open up their creativity and that flow and that intuitive place in them that's already there. And then I get a lot of creatives who are like, I need some structure so I can actually make some money, right? They're good at putting things out into the world, but they need some structure. They need some, how do I put this into a program? How do I set up marketing? How do I create systems that actually work for my creative self? So bringing the two together is one of the top secrets. All right. And then number 5 is what I call, this is what gets in the way when you're trying to put your passion projects into the world. It's when your creativity turns on you. Your creativity turns on you, right? We love creativity. I love the creative ideas and the flow of all that creativity. But sometimes you could be putting out this flow of creativity and you're not actually getting results. You're creating stuff, lots of stuff, but you're not seeing results. You're not seeing transformation in the clients because you're not getting enough clients. You're not making the money to be able to support continuing to put your creativity out there. And so here's one of the really common reasons is that scattered energy gets scattered results. Focused energy gets focused results. And sometimes that's hard for a creative person to hear, that it's not that we don't want all your ideas. All of that is needed, but to have a container to put it in so that you can go deep rather than going wide. It's kind of like using fairy dust, which is really fun, versus the magic wand, which is really powerful, right? And it can be fun too. So you want that creativity, imagination, courage, expansiveness, and some structure, which is where a passion project comes into play. All right. All right. So I hope you've been thinking about some of your ideas already for a passion project. All right. You might have some obvious ones that are coming to mind, but what I like to encourage my clients to do is to get out a blank piece of paper and then create bubbles. I like doing it in a mind map fashion, which is like putting them all in a circle, but like, here's my passion projects ideas and putting them all in different bubbles. And you might let it sit for a little bit and you might come up with some other passion projects. Again, they might be offers, products, services, or they might be marketing projects. okay, for how to expand and become more visible and grow your list and things like that. While they have a very practical piece, all of them do. Remember, what makes them a passion project is that you put your creativity, your voice, your beautiful brilliance into it, and you've got this intention around it. All right. So once you get all of your passion projects out there and listed, then spend some time where you can get really grounded. And I like to do meditations for my clients, but you can find a good meditation, just get really grounded, really connect in with that still small voice inside. And then go project by project. And I even like to take my pen and put my pen on the project. There's something about getting your body into it. And ask yourself, what is my energy level on 0 to 10? 0 meaning no energy, which obviously you're not going to do those. 10 being, oh my gosh, it's off the charts. And do a little energy check. I like to call it the joyometer. All right, where are you? All right, and then pick out which ones have the highest energy component, right? The highest, the 8s, 9s, and 10s. That's where you want to look. All right, and it might seem like they're not logical. It's like maybe there's one that feels more logical than another, but it might be the crazy idea, the silly idea that like, what the heck, how could that help me with my business, right? All of a sudden your logical side, your left side of your brain is going to come in and want to be really logical about it. You can't always do that, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how that passion project is going to show up and start taking form in the world and start attracting opportunities, clients, connections, synchronicities, God winks, right? It'll evolve somewhere. So that breaks every rule of trying to pick like the most logical ones. Now, sometimes we need to do the logic, right? There's some times where you've got to get to your regular to-do list. I'm not saying that you don't do some of those things, but at the same time, in order to expand your business and to really have a bigger impact, to make more money, to have more financial success, doing work that you love, you want to create these passion projects. All right. And then you want to take a look, like go ahead and decide. So you need to decide on your passion project. And then you start putting all sorts of energy into it, right? And you start making it it's like you feed it and nurture it, right? And you like design what your intentions are. You look at how much time you're going to spend with this passion project. What kind of information and resources do you want to draw to you? What kind of accountability do you need to help make this passion project come true? What commitment do you really want to make to this? You want to, and then you want to start taking those brave baby steps each day. What are the things what's something I could do today to start making this dream real? And again, I really encourage you not to do the passion project alone. If you can get with a coach, get into a group, that is something that would be, that's going to help you move forward faster and with less pain and struggle, quite honestly. So just think for a moment, what if you followed through on your 30-day passion project or created it into a 30-day passion project? And for the next 30 days, you held your focus on that passion project. And imagine what would happen like in a month from now. How are you going to feel? What's going to be getting into motion? Who will you have attracted to support you with this? It's where the magic starts happening when you create that container. All right. So as we wrap up today, I would like to leave you with 2 invitations, probably 3 actually. One is if you really like this conversation, then find me on Facebook in a Facebook community group. You can look for Joyful Business Community with Laura West, and please join us there because I've got hundreds of people over there who are working on passion projects and creating passion projects that they're putting out into the world. I also have a free gift that I would love to share with you that will help you with activating your abundance. And I have a 7-day journal that will help you co-create with the universe. And, we were talking about listening to that wisdom. That's what will help here. And there's a meditation and an ebook, and you can get that at joyfulbusiness.com/abundance gift. joyfulbusiness.com/abundance gift. All right. I hope that you have enjoyed today's program. We've talked about all sorts of things with passion projects. My third invitation to you is to go ahead and sit down and make that list, that brainstorm, that mind map of your passion projects, and then make a decision and pick one and create it and create the container for 30 days to get started on that passion project. All right. Thank you all so much for joining, and I will see you on the next episode. All right. Thanks so much. Thank you for watching this episode of Joyful Business TV. I want to invite you to get more creative strategies and support for growing your business. You can start right now by activating your abundance mindset with a really powerful creative visualization that will help you get into the universal abundance current, one of my favorite things to do. And you'll also get a companion 7-day journal that will help you create a daily habit of co-creating with the universe. These are 2 powerful resources that you can get started right now to help grow your business and activate that abundant mindset. You just go over to activateabundancegift.com.